Okay, it is day 50 of me trading with Apex. Down today. This is where I'm at so far in this eval. It kind of sucks because I was like only $151 away from passing. So, the trade I took was a 10 EMA setup. Really quick on MES. We're below the pink line, which is the hourly 50 EMA, which means for that particular strategy, the 10 EMA strategy, I should really be mainly looking to go short, and I decided to, choose the 10 EMA, which is basically looking for a bull candle opening and closing below the 10 EMA, this light blue line here, after we've had a bear candle opening and closing above it. So here's that bull candle. You get in below it and have a stop. Really, I guess the stop should have been above this pivot area, but I sort of made the stop a little more risky and put it slightly above the halfway point of this bigger candle here. So the price may end up actually going down. My stop might have been just too tight. We could come right back up here to this little support resistance area and come down again. So, yeah, the same type of setup kind of appeared on MNQ, and this is actually where I was looking at taking it in like the last few seconds, or not few seconds, like minute. I looked at MES and just decided to take this one instead. But on this, at least on MNQ, I would not have been triggered in. So I should have maybe just stuck with MNQ. But yeah, I'm going to be looking for another setup. Today is definitely a weird day. I mean, the past few days have been weird days, but I have been doing okay with the weirdness. For some reason today, I just cannot, I don't know. I missed going long down here and here. Thought about it, but just didn't pull the trigger. We're basically in between the 30-minute high and the 30-minute low. And right now, this 1 hour resistance area is kind of, we got back, above it one time, but then immediately pretty much went back down under it. So I am more bearish than I am bullish, but now it's just picking which strategy will work, I guess. So we'll see. I'll be back with an update. Okay, so I basically shorted this little pop here that we got from the bull side. Shorted there. Also, I've got some Bollinger bands on here, and I think I like them. I've been kind of watching, and I need to really back trade it. But I've taken, there have been some trades I've taken where this indicator has kind of helped me. So yeah, it was just a combination of being near the top of this band here. Also, this like resistance little area here, choppiness. I was thinking about waiting for a 10 EMA setup to the downside. So like waiting for another bull candle to open and close below the 10 EMA, this blue line. But I don't know that it's going to work today. I don't know that that's going to work. Now I've got like a little runner on, and I'm kind of thinking if I should let it run or if I should probably take it off. Oh, I gotta change this. I completely forgot. Gotta change it. you know, I meant to mark this up here and say 1R. Remember? I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to try to kind of hold it as long as possible. Maybe to come back down and fill at least some of this wick right here that didn't really get filled on this hammer candle. Maybe like right here. Or just hold it as long as I can. Let me see, let me see 1 second. Could just try to possibly hold it down here. I'll move the stop so that if I lose, I'll just lose not as much, but I'll move it there, kind of play with it right there, and then, yeah, you know, if a 10 EMA setup happens, like, you know, if a bull candle closes below this blue line, that'll make me feel a little better, even though it's such a choppy day, and I don't know that the 10 EMA strategy with the rule of only going short below the hourly 50 EMA, I don't know that it's going to work that well, but just because I'm used to it, it would make me feel better. But regardless, you know, I've definitely made some money back. If this goes all the way against me, I mean, I definitely would have lost less than what I lost earlier on that MES trade on the day. So I'm not tripping too much. We'll see what happens, and I'll be back with an update. This might come up and stop me out. Like, I don't know. It's such a crazy day that it's kind of hard to get a feel. And now we're kind of holding this like middle part of the Bollinger Band. So I will think if we can come down and start closing again, I think we can come lower and then some hourly. Maybe come back down to this 50% mark here, somewhere like that. Or even maybe just back to the 30-minute low. You know, I don't know. I gotta kind of give the trade some space to work, though I do know that, so I don't want to move my stop so crazy. I'm just going to try to hold. This was not a 10 EMA setup, so yeah. If this closes above the 10 EMA, I might want to think about getting out. Technically, this candle right here is the long setup. It's a 10 EMA setup where it closed above the 10. The entry would be above the high, and the stop would be maybe like right here. Depends on how conservative or aggressive I want to be. Even could be down here, which I think is too wild. But at least below this hammer candle, like I said, if you really wanted to, right here. So that's what the long setup would be. You know, like I said, I just don't know if the 10 EMA plays right now are really going to work. So we'll see. And I may just have to settle for today maybe being a break-even day. I really wanted to try to pass the account because tomorrow I can't trade. I've got this rule where on Fridays I'm just not going to trade. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if I said this before, or not before. I don't know if I said this about this particular trade. Another reason why I did it is just like hammer candles, there's the inverted hammer where I say things like, okay, with the hammer candle, I've noticed sometimes the way I was taught is you get in above the high and you put the stop below the low of that hammer candle. Well, I've noticed that a lot of times price will fill the wick to some degree, like at least 50% of the way. So sometimes I'll put the entry here. So this is a little more risky, I'm not going to lie. It also makes it to where you're able to kind of move your stop up a little bit if you want, or you could just keep it the same. And, you know, there you go. So like in this case, it actually worked really well. But just like hammers can be played like that, another reason why I did this was because of this inverted hammer candle. So I decided to put the entry somewhere along this wick. And a lot of times I shoot for 50% of the wick. And this was a little higher, just a little bit higher than 50% because it's such a crazy day. I thought this could come up a little higher and fill the wick before it comes down. And that may sound really weird, but it's just something I noticed. There was a time where all I did was back trade hammer candles at supports, or sometimes they don't even have to be at supports, but mainly at supports and inverted hammers at the top, you know, in the top at the highs. And that's something I noticed, is that the wicks will fill sometimes. So that's literally what happened on this entry. I mean, I couldn't have got really a more perfect entry off of this hammer candle, inverted hammer candle. So price is coming down. You know, again, I want to hold as long as possible. I really wanted to make that 151 today. So I would have to hold for a lot longer for that to happen. And with how choppy price is being, I really think I should probably get out. But to be honest with you, I'm going to walk away from this trade. So we see right now, like, this could reverse all the way back and stop me out. But since I do want to try to hold as long as I can, I'm walking away from this and I'll be back. You know, I have some stuff to do anyways. I may move my stop like one more time. I'm tempted to want to put it, you know, in, you know, the green, but because today's so crazy, I know that I would have to give it some space to like do its thing. So yeah, that's it. And as you can see, this wick is starting to fill. And what's the 50% mark of this wick? I even thought about taking a trade that way. So 50% of this wick is right here. So price is already starting to bounce, and it could come right down here and just bounce. I thought about putting a long right here before taking this trade, but I decided not to do it. We're back under this 1 hour resistance area that we were kind of held down under for a little bit. We popped back up just like we popped up here and went down below it pretty quickly. We did it again. I don't know how long we could actually stay below it this time though. So that's the only thing. Like I said, I may come back in 20 minutes if I'm not stopped out and move my stop one more time. But I'm going to walk away. Now we do have that 10 EMA setup that I said if it, you know, appeared, I would feel a lot better. Which again, like I said, 10 EMA plays may not work today anyways, but since I'm so used to it, it's a mental thing, just making me feel a little better, because this is where I would be taking that trade. If I were doing a 10 EMA, I'd be getting under the low of this bull candle opening and closing below that 10 EMA. So, but we could totally bounce out of here right now, but I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. Perfect bounce off of a 30-minute low. Okay, so I'm going to keep holding. Another reason why I was slightly bearish today is because I think the PPI numbers were a little higher than CPI. So it's, I I don't think it was like crazy, but you know, I don't know. Another target, potential target, is the daily 20. I mean, oh my gosh, daily 10 EMA right here. We haven't, I mean, we've gone pretty far away from it. So I'm thinking we may tap the daily 20, come up. May not do it today, but it's something to kind of think about. Oh, let me move this. I will move. Okay, those were not. Those are supposed to go off when I wasn't here, but yeah, I'll move my stop. Move it a little. I still want some room because I am planning on really holding this still. And you see this other trade, or not trade, but this little risk reward tool, because I wanted to kind of act like, okay, let's say I took that 10 EMA play and I'm going for 1.2. Where's that target area for that particular trade? So I may just get out if, you know, the second trade actually comes down to the 1.2 area. What I'm not liking is we've got hammer candles now forming at this 30-minute low. We have this doji hammer candle with a good amount of volume. What I do like is that we've taken out the low of it, but now it looks like this candle is trying to turn into a hammer candle. And I don't quite like that. So if this closes as kind of like a hammer candle, I think what I'll say is if we can come down and fill here, or maybe even up here, really, I'll get out of this trade. Let me see something. Yeah. Oh, wait. It has to actually close as like a hammer candle. If it doesn't close, is it? Yep, that's hammer enough. It's not like the craziest hammer, but sometimes those are the most powerful ones. The ones that look like barely a hammer candle. So, I don't know. So far we're blasting off. So basically we have 3 hammer type candles in a row, basically. So I will say if price takes out that low, maybe we can go hit the daily 20. And we are back under, on the hourly chart, I have this purple line here. This was a 50% mark of I forgot how I did it. I think it's from here to here, and then the second 50% mark right here is just this candle, this long candle. Let me make sure. Yeah. So I could really just get out here. I'm gonna be honest. Right, actually where I have the buy limit. Just get out, and at this point, I would be up, and maybe I'm being a little too greedy now. We are at the bottom of this Bollinger Band. We've already popped out below it. So, yeah. We're filling this wick. We'll see if we can get a bounce. I mean, I would think if we fall under the 30-minute low, my optimistic or delusional, I guess you can call it, what is it? Delusional optimism or something. You're just like, yes, it's going to keep going lower the whole time. Oh, also the other little target, man, I have so much going on, is I've been doing that little 1% thing where I'm looking at the daily chart and seeing how far. I guess another probably indicator I have to start looking at is the average true range. But I'm just saying, hey, have we gone down or up 1% already? And we haven't. So the 1% mark is like right there. I can actually draw that. I've been drawing it on my last few trades. Well, look at that, it's coming down. Looks like we're about to take out the low. Well, we already took out the low of that candle. So yeah, this would be the 1%, and I've told you, or I've said that I've been trying to hold to the 1% mark of all the trades that I've been taking recently, and I haven't been able to. It's just so hard. Yesterday I did pretty good at almost holding to it, but you know, I don't know that I can. Let me look at what the 50 EMA on the 3-minute is and the VWAP. Okay, I like that. They're kind of separating. I like when they separate like that. I don't like when they're close together. I've noticed that when the VWAP and the 50 EMA on the 3-minute start like really separating, whatever direction price was heading in, it'll really start going in that direction as they really start separating. So I just can't do it, guys. I can't. I think if it gets there, you know, I'll be out. Now we've got, you know, 4 red candles in a row. This is an amazing trade for me, you know, so, and look at this hammer candle trying to form. I'll be back with an update. I mean, I could have blown it. Like, in fact, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't hold. I know if I'm away from the computer, obviously, and I'm not looking, it's a lot easier. Uh-oh, it's taking a while to try to adjust here. What is it doing? Oh, right. Hang on. Oh, no. Never mind. Oh. Wait a second. Why has my trade disappeared? It's disappeared. What happened? Did my internet just cut out? Uh-oh. Something has happened. Hang on. Yeah, something is wrong with my internet, and that's like insane timing because I didn't even realize that I'm pretty close to being able to pass this, but I don't even know what's happening. It's just everything's frozen. I'm going to have to try to figure out what's going on. I'm going to check on my phone to see what price is, I guess, doing. I don't even remember where I had my buy stop at. Oh, wow. It's just going down. So I think wherever I had my buy stop at, I'm probably out of the trade. I'm seeing it on my phone as a big red candle, like this hammer candle, I think. Yeah. Or the candle next to it just turned into this huge thing. It's like right around, let me see, let me zoom out here. Yeah, it's below, it's like right here. So I don't know, price could come down to this, oh yeah, this 24-hour previous high, maybe the 1%, I don't know, but I know that I'm probably out of this trade now. I don't remember exactly where I had that buy limit, but yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm back and it's 11:10 p.m. There was a big internet outage. I mean, that was such crazy timing too, when that happened. Anyways, long story short, because of where I had moved my file limit on this red candle, I got out somewhere on that. And then I logged in on my phone really quickly and canceled the stop limit because it was still up. And so this is where, oops, I gotta log in really quick. This is where the account is at. So I'm like really close to passing, which is great. I mean, this trade was pretty crazy. I could have set this trade and walked away literally the whole day and could have came back right before, the New York session closed and would have had that was a really good trade. And like I said, right before I got out, remember I was saying it was so hard, like I just couldn't hold to this 1% little mark, and literally it came right to it, and I would have maybe gotten out there. So that was the trade. It was really good. I'm glad that I made that losing trade back, or what I lost on MES, which was that it was a 10 EMA play. So, it's all good. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I feel like I had some more things to say, but it's so late now that I've forgotten. So, like and subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I will see you on the next one.